Asleep. Yeah. Well, I'm still going 100 days a week, and I can hold my breath if it gets too hard to breathe. Every lonely night, a teardrops in the sea. So don't cry for me. Don't cry. Oh. Don't cry for me. Don't cry for me. Don't cry. No, no, please don't cry. Please don't cry for me. Don't cry for me. Say, hey, hey now, baby. Oh, mama, don't play now, baby. Say, hey, hey now, baby. So let's get one thing straight now, baby. Tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I bet the house on you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? You gotta tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I'm wishing for you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? I'm wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do.
Say, hey, now, baby. You gon' make me hit you with that lay down, baby. Ooh, say, hey, now, baby. You know what I need on the day now, baby.
Tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I bet the house on you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? You gotta tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I'm wishing for you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? I'm wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do. What lovers do. What lovers do. What lovers do. Are we too grown for games? Are we too grown to play around? Young enough to chase, but old enough to know better.
Are we too grown to change? Are we too grown to mess around? Ooh, and I can't wait forever, baby. Both of us should know better.
Ooh, 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 I've been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do. Ooh. Been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what lovers do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Been wishing for you.
Trying to do what lovers do. And I hope that you had a loving Easter weekend. Yes, and it was full of love and joy and laughter and happiness and pleasurable stuff. And you did think about God in between as well. And if God was the center of this weekend, well, welcome. And so was mine. But anyway, we are on the show. All things considered, this is Ini. It's Capital Radio, and I welcome you after a very long break. Yes, and I did miss you guys. I hope that the feeling was absolutely mutual. Coming up right now, Anna Kendrick, Cups.
I got my ticket for the long way round. 2 bottle whiskey for the way. And I sure would like some sweet company. And I'm leaving tomorrow, what do you say? When I'm gone, when I'm gone. talk. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. It's Capital Radio, and this is more music station, as you know, and we've got some absolutely fantabulous tunes for you this morning. And let us start off with a prayer as usual, because we do need the prayer. We don't want the third wave to come and hit us. So let us bow our heads down and pray before we start our work. Dear Lord, every thought of my mind, every emotion of my heart, every movement of my being, every sensation and every feeling, each cell of my body, each drop of my blood, all is yours, dear Lord. Yours absolutely. Yours without any reserve. You can decide my life or my death, my happiness or my sorrow, my pleasure or my pain. Dear Lord, whatever you do with me, whatever comes to me from you, will lead me to your lotus feet again and again and again. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Krishna, Amen, Om Sri Ram, Om Sai Ram, and Hare Om to everybody, and Namaste. I just hope that everybody is keeping well, and a good morning to all our other listeners as well. We've got a great lineup for you on the music scene, and we have an interesting topic to go along with that. We will be pulling a topic through on wifey material. Yes, who's wifey material? And if you are dating someone and this is someone special, how do you know that she's wifey material? So we're going to be sharing a little bit about that this morning with you. Of course, and that comes in between all the lovely music. Coming up right now, Michael Jackson, One Day in Your Life.
What I'm gonna do next is sing my latest song. It's my favorite song. Another one of my favorites. I like ballads because you get a chance to really hear what's going on. Everything is soft and slow. And you get a chance to understand the lyrics. Here we go. One day in your life, do you remember a place? Someone touching your face. Do you come back in your love around you? One day in your life, do you remember the love you found here? You remember me somehow, though you don't need me now. I will stay in your heart, and when things are apart, you'll remember one day
Nothing like a ballad from Michael Jackson to pep your morning up.
that you're always waiting for the love we used to share. Just call my name and I'll be there.
When your legs don't work like they used to before,
And yes, of course, you know that voice. It's Ed Sheeran. Thinking
and I
Out
can't
Loud.
sweep you off of your feet. Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud. Maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. And baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh, darling, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. Or maybe we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are.
Yes, and it's Capital Radio, and it is, a wonderful pleasure to be with you back again this morning, because I truly did miss you guys. Friday and Monday, I didn't have you guys in my life, and yes, you were always a wonderful inspiration to start off my morning, and I look forward to it. We are doing this morning wifey materials. I hope that you really, and if you really want to know whether the girl you are dating, whether the girl you're seeing, whether the girl you are staying with is wifey material, should you pop up the question and give her the ring? Well, today is the day that you will get to know the qualities that the experts are talking about, and I'm going to be kind enough to share that with you if you're really good. If you want to send me your request, please do. 065-421-1380 is the number, and please do send me your song requests. And we do have a competition running at the moment. You send me 10 songs and I'll try and play some of them from there, and you stand a chance of winning a shopping voucher with Capital Radio. So if you want to participate, you are welcome to do that. We are doing Weather right now. So just after this music, right, tune break, Michael Bublé, haven't met you yet. We're going to be doing the weather, so stand by.
I'm not surprised, not everything lasts. I've broken my heart so many times I stopped keeping track. Talk myself in, I talk myself out. I get all worked up, then I let myself down. I tried so very hard not to lose it. I came up with a million excuses. I thought of every possibility. And I know someday that it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll get so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby, your love is gonna change me. And now I can see every possibility. Somehow I know that it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, I'll get so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. They say all's fair in love and war, but I won't need to fight it. Get it right, we'll be united. And I know that we can be so amazing. And being in your life is gonna change me. And now I can see every single possibility. And someday I know it'll all turn out. And I'll work to work it out. Promise you, kid, I'll give more than I get, than I get, than I get, than I get. Oh, you know it'll all turn out. And you'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, to give so much more than I get. Yeah, I just haven't met you yet. I just haven't met you yet. Oh, promise you, kid, to give so much more than I get. I said love, 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 love. I just haven't met you yet. I just haven't met you yet.
Capital Radio, it is, and it is the more music station right here with you guys. And we are doing wifey material today, but right now we're doing the weather. And what are you in store for in Durban? Durban, you got a day of 24 degrees Celsius, and that is a high. Real feel at 25 degrees Celsius, and under the shade, You are going to be kept 24 degrees Celsius warm, yes. Maximum UV index at 1, which is low, which is great. Wind speed is going to be 9 kilometers per hour, with the wind direction being south to southeasterly. Wind gusts at coming in at 13 kilometers per hour, which is not too bad. Probability of precipitation is 70% and probability of thunderstorms is 28%. You are going to have 4 hours of rain right here in Durban, and cloud cover today is 89%. So pretty cool day, isn't it? Night degrees is 20 and the real feel is 19 degrees Celsius. And the order of tonight is a strong evening, thunderstorms in areas, and otherwise it will all become clear. Wind at 11 kilometers per hour there. It is the northerly wind and wind gusts at 20 kilometers per hour. Yes, you guys have to hold on to your hat tonight. And probability of precipitation is 47%. Probability of thunderstorms is 43%. That's pretty high. Yes, and you are going to have hours of rain, 1 hour. Okay, and cloud cover is 46%. You're going to have the sunset at 5:48. And Johannesburg, where are you standing with the weather? Today, the sun yielding to clouds with the thunderstorm. This afternoon, 24 degrees high. Real feel, 27 degrees. Real feel shade is 22 degrees. And you've got a maximum UV index of 8 there, and it's quite high. Right, northwesterly winds at 13 kilometers per hour, and your wind gusts coming in at 20 kilometers per hour. 53% probability of precipitation and 32% probability of thunderstorms, with a 1 hour period of rain. Cloud cover at 39%. And tonight you are going to have a 13 degrees low with a real feel of 12 degrees actually. And you're going to have rain. Yes, it's 1 hour of rain, cloud cover at 57%. And your sunset is coming in tonight at 6:01. Cape Town, let's look at you. 24 degrees high and real feel 25 degrees Celsius, and real feel in the shade is going to be 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, maximum UV index is 5. That is moderate, and probability of thunderstorms is 0%. Lucky you, cloud cover 34%. So not too bad. Probability of precipitation is going to be 0%. And in the evening, you are going to have the night 15 degrees Celsius. Real feel is 14 degrees Celsius. Yes, pretty cold. Wind at 11 kilometers per hour. There's southerly winds. Wind gusts at 17 kilometers per hour, and no probability of thunderstorms. Cloud cover is going to be at 50%, and your sunset is coming in at 6:35. There you go, and that's all about the weather and coming in right now. And you are going to be listening to great songs this morning. I hope you all prepared for the songs that I have for you, because it's absolutely fantabulous tunes from today, from tomorrow, from whenever we, well, definitely not tomorrow, from past. And it's all the feel good, feel warm songs. Roxette coming up, Pretty Woman soundtrack.
Play with
And nothing beats the blast from the past, Chris Andrews and Pretty Belinda.
She lived on a boathouse down by the river. Everyone called her Pretty Belinda. Went to the boathouse down by the river just for a look at Pretty Belinda. All of my loving wanted to give her. Soon as I saw her, Pretty Belinda, who lived in a boathouse down on the river, wanted to have her, Pretty Belinda. Her eyes were exciting, her hair it was golden, her lips were inviting, my heart she's stolen. Now we're together, me and Belinda. Now and forever, me and Belinda. Lives in a boathouse down on the river. Everyone called her Pretty Belinda. Went to the boathouse down by the river just for a look at Pretty Belinda. Lives on a boathouse down on the river. Everyone called her Pretty Belinda. Went to the boathouse down by the river just for a look at Pretty Belinda. Now I have wed her, my Pretty Belinda. That's what I said, my Pretty Belinda. She gave me a heart and made me a promise. We'll live apart, but Belinda is honest. We live in a boathouse down by the river. Everyone calls her Pretty Belinda. We live in a boathouse down by the river. Me and my wife called Pretty Belinda.
Everyone calls her Pretty Belinda, and we're talking about pretty women today. Yes, the wifey material. And are you dating a girl? Are you seeing a girl? Are you, keen on making her your wife? You don't know whether she's wifey material, but I want to say at the outset that there is no standard wifey material, kind of characteristics, because someone who might be wifey material to you might not be wifey material to someone else. So, your set of characteristics and what you're looking for in a person is totally different to what your friend is looking for, your neighbor is looking for, or whatever somebody else is looking for. To someone else a woman waking up every morning at 5 o'clock and cleaning the house and getting everything ready for school, for the kids, and doing the lunches, and still, getting to work on time and putting a decent breakfast out on the table might be everything. Whereas to some other guy or you, it might not be everything. It might be that you want to share this task, or even if she doesn't do it, she's still wifey material. So who's to say what's wifey material? So keep that in mind when we're listening to what the experts have to say. But yes, okay, let's stop right there and agree on one thing at least, and that is wifey material is definitely, somebody is a set of traits really and characteristics that, a girl can have or a woman can have that can make her a great wife. And definitely you feel that these are certain qualities, special qualities, that you want to really dedicate your life and devote your life to this person. And yes, you can wake up next to this person every day and you might not feel claustrophobic, or you might not feel like you need a change. And, she obviously challenges you, she humors you, she makes you feel good about yourself, and makes you want to be a better man, she supports you. Those are some of the common characteristics that you look out for, but it requires a whole set of different traits beyond that, having a great time, and together when you are together. But a woman who is wifey material is definitely dating material as well. But you need to make the distinction, make the differentiation, and where do you make that differentiation? Because is it really something that the experts can advise you on, or is it something that that you need to look at yourself. Well, we are going to be looking at that this morning, and we're going to be taking a look at some characteristics that experts are definitely saying is worth looking at. And if she is perhaps showing these characteristics, then it's perhaps time that you pop the question and went for it and sat on your, or, did the knee thing and proposed and gave her the ring. So we are going to be looking at that this morning, and that was just a little curtain raiser to what we're going to be doing this morning. But anyway, we've got Rihanna and featuring Calvin Harris, We Found Love.
Yellow diamonds in the light, and we're standing side by side as a shadow crosses mine. What it takes to come alive. It's the way I'm feeling, I just can't deny. But I gotta let it go. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless shine a light through an open door. Love and life, our real divide. Turn away 'cause I need you more. Feel the heartbeat in my mind. It's the way I'm feeling, I just can't deny. But I gotta let it go. We found love in a hopeless place. 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 Yellow diamonds in the light, and we're standing side by side as your shadow crosses mine. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless
As you can see, I'm wearing red. It's all about love today, yes. And when isn't it? The world revolves on love. Love, everybody, love, serve all, with love. And that's what it's all about. And if you found the right love in your life, well, lucky you. Penny Lover, Lionel Richie.
One day you'll be mine. Honey, you came along and captured my heart. Now my love is somewhere lost in yours. When I'm all alone, it's you that I miss. Girl, a love like yours is hard
Pretty Girl there by John B. And yes, we're talking about women, pretty girls, and your love, for them and whatever you're having, whether it's a love affair or whether you are having a relationship with a pretty girl. There you go. We are looking at 25 characteristics this morning that makes her wifey material. So how are you going to know? Number one on the list is she actually listens to you. There you go. So she listens to what you have to say, and someone you want to spend the rest of your life with is certainly going to have to do that, hey? And, it's not easy, but, she will actually take it to heart, what you've said, and digest it, remember it, and try hard to respect that she does, and she will respect you for it. And I think that if you can get somebody like that, who just fits that bill, who listens to you and every single time and lets you have, the better say in, everything, and wants to be agreeable and not go against whatever you say, well, experts say, well, that's, somebody that you can keep the peace with. But if you are going to, want to go for somebody who's going to be always argumentative and who wants to have a way and who's going to throw a temper tantrum every time she doesn't have a way, yes, you've got some fireworks coming your way. And as long as you know how to deal with it, and as long as you are happy with that, and as long as you think that that's something that you want in your life, and you want something to pep you up every time, get your adrenaline going and get those endorphins going by a good fight, between you and her and everybody. I mean, obviously trying to prove who's right and who's wrong is not going to be easy. But yes, good luck with that. So, but the experts, I would rather say that, look, it can work. It definitely can work, but not for everybody, because I think that for me, the question that arises, having, done some psychology myself and, honors in psychology, I think I'm qualified enough to say that, if you are going to be a person who doesn't get bored of these temper tantrums and fights and things like that, then it's fine. I think then you can deal with it. But also remember that, this is not going to be for 1 or 2 or 3 years. It's going to be forever. Okay, so it's going to go on and on and on. And marriage is for keeps. So if you are going to be doing it today, are you going to be upset about it tomorrow? Is it going to get to you, like as in inverted commas? Or are you going to be able to deal with it? So that's something that, you have to look at. Coming up right now, we have Alicia Keys and Butterflies.
Lately, when I look into your eyes, you're the only one I need in my life. Maybe I just don't know how to describe how lovely you make me feel inside. You give me butterflies, got me flying so high in the sky. I can't control the butterflies. You give me butterflies, got me flying so high in the sky. I can't control the butterflies. It seemed like the lightning thing. From the start you told me I would be your queen, but never had I imagined such a feeling. Joy is what you bring. I wanna give you everything. You give me butterflies, got me flying so high in the sky. I can't control the butterflies. You give me
And don't forget, we have a numerology reading coming up soon. So if you want to keep in tune and listen to what someone has forespelled for them in 2021, you are welcome. And we're doing a reading for Nivedna.
So high in the sky, I can control the butterfly. You can be butterflies. I'm flying so high in the sky, I can control the butterfly. You give me butterflies. I'm flying so high in the sky, I can't control it. You give me butterflies. I'm flying so high in the sky, I can control the butterfly. Oh, you give me something I just can't deny. Flying so high in the sky, I just can't get enough of the way I feel. Oh no, oh no, oh no, you give me something I just can't deny. Something so high in the sky, I just can't control the way I feel. Never felt like this.
Rated number one. Number one. He's number one. Number one. By the streets. For the streets. The International Mix Champ. Big premiere.
How am I supposed to live without you? And this is an old-time classic for those of you who love it. Well, there you go, Michael Bolton.
I could hardly believe it when I heard the news today. I had to come and get it straight from you. They said you were leaving, someone swept your heart away. From the look on your face, I see it's true.
How am I supposed to live without you? Yes, and that it was my favorite when I was little. Yes, and I'm not so little anymore, as you've noticed. But anyway, we are talking about girly whirly things and wifey material here. And how do you know that she's wifey material? But as I said when I started off, and I think you need to keep this in mind, that not everybody's wifey material is the same, because it differs from person to person and man to man. And so just take these as little guidelines, and don't stick by it. But anyway, you know what you're looking for in a woman. But number one was that she listens to you every time. She actually does listen, okay? She processes this, and she's agreeable, and she doesn't pick a fight, but maybe she'll discuss it with you, but not pick a fight. And as long as you can justify why you're saying what you're saying, I think then she's happy about it and she goes along with it. But if you're going to pick up somebody that's argumentative, yeah, you got to fight your way through the marriage. But number two is she fits right into any crowd. Now, ideally speaking, we should be saying that this is wifey material and husband material, because it works both ways. These characteristics come for men and women alike, and come to women and men alike. And I think that I would like to think that the men would be, just as amenable when it comes to some of these characteristics. Not all. We don't expect you to be cooking all the meals, but and cleaning up, after all the kids. But most certainly, to do the part, to play a part in trying to help and things like that. But so keep an open-minded, status here with regards to what you're looking at, because it also applies to you, not only to the women. But number two, she fits right into any crowd. What can you say about that? Because, there are many women and men that are antisocial, that they wouldn't want to, have relationships or good relationships or maintain relationships with the other's families, whether it's the husband's family or the wife's family. And we're talking about, fitting into your friends and into their company and family company. And often you'd get people that don't want to mingle and would rather be with their friends and family, because it's familiar. It's familiar territory. And you must understand that not everybody is going to open up and say, hey, how are you? And I'm so and so. Yeah, you do get the crowd shy person, and you get somebody who's absolutely daunted by all this. And, it's very likely that you're going to leave this person in the crowd. So bear in mind that they are going to be alone in that crowd. Maybe some prep talk, not pep talk, but prep talk before you go in there, and just to say, but I'm going to be with the buddies, or I'm going to be, leaving you with the girls. I'm going to be, with everybody else, and you're going to be stuck with my mom and my aunties in the kitchen. And how would you feel about that? Because very often that is the intrepidation, that is the anxiety, that is the fear. And, a wife is someone who you are proud to be with, and not a trophy, but proud to be with, whether it's a black tie affair, a cousin's, braai or party, or a wedding in a fire hall or whatever. She can roll with the punches. She can go along with it, and doesn't mean to say she needs to, have a boozy party or, make herself a nuisance. But most certainly, fit into the crowd, and that she can, have a few good laughs and be part of the crowd, and be a good, person to get along with, and a good companion. So you need to look for somebody like that, and I'm sure she's looking for the same. So, if you can do the same as well, and not become a loner at these events, because you do get these, relationships where the girlfriend or the boyfriend takes the loner approach, and when they go to the other's family, very often they're not happy to be with in company, and they just sit one side and take a magazine and start reading, and it can be quite annoying to the person who's trying to introduce them to other persons around there. But that it works for them. It just works for them, and that's it. But we just want to say that you need to look out for that as well. Eagles Hotel California coming up. Stick around on Capital Radio. We've got some awesome, amazing tunes for you this morning.
she stood in the doorway, I heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven and this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys. She calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard. Sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember. Some dance to forget. So I called up the captain. Please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. They're living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, what a nice surprise. When your alibis, mirrors on the ceiling, they pink champagne on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Alicia and Made in India, and that is a wonderful, wonderful way to start. Made in India, and we are still going to be doing wifey material, so stay in tune. And don't forget our numerology reading coming up now. Made in India by Alicia there, and she's absolutely brilliant. I hope you think so as well. We are doing a numerology reading for Nivedna this morning, and Nivedna, you asked me what's going to be in store for 2021 for you, and what are the energy of the numbers saying to you. Well, Nivedna, I must say you have a very, very interesting date of birth, and you definitely attract a lot of legal issues. So, yes, I don't know much about you, but you would be attracting a lot of legal issues throughout your lifetime. And I know you didn't want me to start off with that one, but you're also very, very contemplative, very deep. and spiritual and a deep thinker, and you definitely, please people by giving them very detailed answers and also answers that they haven't thought about in a very unusual manner. But you also have a side of you that is contemplative and very lonely, and you like to be the loner. You don't like spending too much of time with people, and if you do, and you're in a good mood. But if people know you well enough, they will say that half the time you just want to shy away from crowds and spend it burying your head in a book. So yes, you take the very quiet way to having conflicts. You don't like confrontations at all, and I think that that if you are in that space, then good. You need to just go away somewhere and take the time out. But it's just that you're going to need a lot of time out throughout your lifetime, because that is the energy of the birth date that you gave me. But all is going to be well after the age of around 44. After about 44, things will kind of slow down for you, and you will see that things are getting a bit better around 45. So not to worry, good times are ahead. I know that you're saying, well, I mean, am I going to wait that long? But let's talk about this year. So we talked about your personality, but let's talk about this year, because you are going through some issues, I'm sure. Now this particular number, and I'm not going to share the number with everybody, but it means that this year you're going to have to set your priorities straight, and you should be sincere with yourself. So analyzing yourself is one thing, but don't think about the expectations of others or society and do what everybody else expects you to do. You need to be honest with yourself and do things that you believe are right, and for yourself, as well as developing yourself in different directions. So read books, join courses, listen to podcasts, various discourses and things like that. Learn musical instruments, because you're very good at, musical instruments. And I don't know whether you've actually tapped that particular skill of yours. Another thing of your interest is maths. You definitely, like to do maths. And 2021 will definitely favor investments, but not of the monetary kind, but in yourself. So personal number here for your year, it definitely is going to bring an energy of contemplation, analysis, and self-analysis, mostly introspection. What has the last few years brought you? Analyze that, identify some changes that you want to see in yourself, because it's evident that you've been doing everything the same way for the past couple of years, and you need to change that. You need to change those energies around. As I said, start with being truthful. So stick to people you love, to your family and close ones. There will be a bit of a harsh period in 2021, yeah? Okay, and that will uncover some bit of unpleasant information that you weren't expected or more expecting, almost like a curveball, but you need to analyze it and learn what the lessons are, take in the lessons, identify it, and literally do a post-mortem on that and see what it is. But do not dwell on pessimism, because you tend to go a bit overboard on the negative there. So there you go. But during this period, I would just want you to think that it is important to get a better understanding of who you are, but to establish honest boundaries within yourself, not to worry about who other people think you are, but who you truly are. And then you'll strengthen your inner core and your spirituality as well, because you are supposed to be a highly spiritual person and deep thinker. So get in touch with your spirituality if you haven't started doing that already. There you go, Nibena. Good luck for 2021. From everybody here on Capital Radio, we wish you the best. We wish you all the very best in happiness and wealth and prosperity, and most of all, peace and love. There you go. ABBA coming up, Chiquitita.
Chiquitita, tell me what's wrong. You're enchained by your own sorrow. In your eyes, there is no hope for tomorrow. How I hate to see you like this. There is no way you can deny Chiquitita, tell me the truth. I'm a shoulder you can cry on. Your best friend, I'm the one you must rely on. You were always sure of yourself. Now I see you broken and feather. I hope we can patch it up together. Chiquitita, you and I know how the heartaches come and they go and the stars they're leaving. You'll be dancing once again and the pain will end. You will have no time for grieving. Chiquitita, you and I cry, but the sun is still in the sky and shining above you. The sun is shining, let me hear you say once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. So the walls came tumbling down, and your love turned long not redwood. All is gone, and it seems too hard to handle. Chiquitita, tell me the truth. There is no way you can deny it. I see that you're all so sad, so quiet. Chiquitita, you and I know how the heartaches come and they go and the stars they're leaving. You'll be dancing once again and the pain will end. You will have no time for grieving. Chiquitita, you and I cry, but the sun is still in the sky and shining above you. The sun is shining, let me hear you sing once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita.
Woman needs a love just like you do. Don't kid yourself into thinking that she don't. She can fool around just like you do. Unless you give her all the love she wants. Don't make the mistake of thinking old fashioned.
fashioned. Times have changed from yesterday. No longer will those old double standards be accepted by the women of today. So when you think you're fooling her, she just might be fooling you. Remember, if you can do it, she can too. Because a woman needs a love just like you do. Hey, don't kid yourself into thinking that she don't. She can fool around just like you do. Unless you give her all the love that she wants. When her eyes are begging for affection, don't put her off, don't make her wait. And don't try to give her that worn out excuse about being tired and working late. I tell you, one day you'll come home early from work, open up the door and get your feelings hurt, because she needs it just like you do. A woman's got to have it, whoa yeah, just like you. And if you're smart, just like you better stop fooling around, hey, hey. Cause she will too, oh, just like you do. Thinking that she don't, just like you do. Now an example to use: by the time poor Jack returned up the hill, somebody else had been loving Jill. A woman needs love just like you do. Hey, don't kid yourself into thinking that she don't. She can fool around. She will fool around. So you better take out some insurance and be sure she won't give her that love. Just like you do. That sweet, sweet love. She wants it just like you. 'Cause she can fool around just like she.
A woman needs love there, and that was something that we all listened to when we were little, and of course we all wanted the words for that song somehow. And I don't know whether you fell in the same boat, but I certainly did, and had lots of interest in English music when I was little. But that's just to share about little things about when I was little. But you know, we are doing wifey material, and what exactly is does somebody you know, say when they mean wifey material? It's somebody that obviously you has characteristics and traits that you are looking for in a woman to make her your wife. And if you are looking for characteristics for men, you know, the same applies. Most of the things that I'm saying right now, I think, you know, will apply to a man. Let's look at number 3. You know, number 3 is when she takes care of you and when you're sick, and she just doesn't ditch you, because a lot of women are in it for the good times. But can she actually take good care of you? Can she nurse you back to health? And if you're going to spend the rest of your life with a woman, you know, and you are going to be doing that in sickness and in health, yes, you're going to be actually taking those vows. That means she's got to be there to help you every step of the way, help you feel better, even if it means that she has to cancel her plans and with her friends and good plans, you know, in order to come and take care of you. So is she going to be doing that? That's something that you need to ask as well. And if you're planning to have lots of children or even 1 or 2 kids, you know, you have to look for motherly instincts in this person. Does she like kids? Does she not like it when, you know, children smear her with chocolate and put sticky stuff on her? Yeah, you know, is kids, having kids, is that important to you? Because if it is important to you, then experts say that you've got to start looking for those motherly characteristics in her, and not just the first leg of the ride. And, you know, very often you don't have that opportunity to see your girlfriend or dating partner or wife-to-be in a situation where there's children. And if you are fortunate enough to have lots of children, in your house or home or family, take her to the spot where there's lots of children. There we go. And that is one way at looking at whether she's more interested in you and hanging on to you, or whether she's going to be seeing to the little ones that fall over and want a sweetie. And you can definitely suss out the ones that do or don't with motherhood, and who's going to do that. And you can also at the same time find out whether you're going to be stuck with the baby most of the time and doing all the fatherly things that the mother should do. There you go. All right. And number 5 on the list is she independent? You want to be with someone that wants to be with you, but you don't want a clingy person, because we're talking now about toxic relationships. And what is it when you say, when I need you? Because, who doesn't need somebody? We always need somebody, but, somebody has to need you, or who wants to need you for every little decision and everything and every activity in their lives. That becomes needy in a different sort of way that is almost toxic, and that can lead to great problems if you think about it. So, you don't want to work together and spend all your time together, because you do need time for other people and other relationships, and give yourself some variety in life as well. So there you go. You need to look at getting someone that obviously is independent of you in a clingy sort of way, and I think that will give you a stepping, rung in the ladder to be a little bit, up or down, and not always together, because it can become quite tiresome, and guys, often don't like that. Okay, so it isn't that you don't want to work together, but spending all the time together can be draining. And number 6 on the list, she's not simply in it for the money. Gold diggers, there you go. They're always the first person to look for what cars you have. Do you have a house of your own? What is your salary advice looking like? And nowadays women are not shy to ask you for that. So don't be surprised if you get hit by, or you were hit by that already, that they have asked you for. By the way, I don't want to be inquisitive, but what do you earn? Because that kind of talk can get someone, or you can get pretty nervous about that, because there's nothing that will break up the marriage more than somebody looking at your payslip all the time and having continuous arguments over money. And if there are signs that the finances might be a major crux and an issue in your relationship, from the word go, I think let go. That's the best advice that experts can give you, and the chances are that she's definitely not wifey material, because it is about money, but it's sufficient money. It's not about having lots of money and having the dashy lifestyle that she wants, and to buy her the jet set lifestyle and the lifestyle of the Joneses that can afford it. So just be careful, because very often you might be very, very tempted to get into debt. There we go. Right, coming up right now, all for you, Janet Jackson.
You're insecure, don't know what for.
One Direction, what makes you beautiful? And I hope you enjoy One Direction because I do.
Up to cover up. Being the way that you are is enough. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. If only you saw what I can see, you'll understand why I want you so desperately. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe you don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. So come on, you got it wrong. To prove I'm right, I put it in a song. I don't know why you're being shy and turn away when I look into your eyes. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. If only you saw what I can see, you'll understand why I want you so desperately. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe you don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know you're beautiful. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. If only you saw what I can see, you'll understand why I want you so desperately. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe you don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. You don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful.
All my girls at the party, look at that body shaking that thing.
That's what makes you beautiful. And I hope that you are with somebody beautiful and you spending the morning. If you're not going to work, this is all for you. Janet Jackson.
Nice back of jar.
Edit.
3, 1.
It's all for you. It's all for you. You say me. It's all for you. It's all for you. If you make a move, it's all for you. I see you staring at the corner of my eye.
And that was All For You by Janet Jackson. And this is All For You, this program in the morning here. And it's 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single weekday. You are with Ini and on my show, All Things Considered. This is Capital Radio. And I hope that you are smiling this morning because you've had a 4-day break. And that's more than enough to catch up on all the smiles and laughter and the pleasure in your life. So I just hope that the morning is treating you well, whether you're at work or you are at home. We are talking about wifey material. Number 7 on the list is sharing is caring, because a wife is someone who is just not a bed partner. You know, she also shares your life and everything in the partnership. And hopefully, number 8, she wants a partnership and she doesn't want to be a control freak in your life. If you are coming across control freaks, walk away, because the experts say that it's going to be misery. You know, you don't want a control freak, and no matter how much in love you are with this person, it can definitely roll a ball into lots of trouble for you, unless you have nerves of steel and, you know, a heart of iron. And you're definitely not phased by all this. Otherwise, you're going to land up really miserable, because your relationship needs to be an equal partnership. And when I say that quite loosely, because the truth of the matter is that you can't really get an equal partnership. Somebody somewhere is, you know, at some point is going to be doing more in the relationship, but where both parties get an equal say in the decisions, at least. And you don't suddenly find, you know, your husband comes up with a Porsche driving up your driveway, and you're like, okay, so where are we going to get the money to pay for this? Or, you know, a new car, and you don't know what is going on, and vice versa. You don't want your wife to do that either, you know, to make unanimous decisions and not include you. So if you are not going to be with somebody, you know, who wants a partnership, ditch the relationship, okay? And also look for somebody who's been kind to your friends. Not only that she can fit into the friend circle, but she's kind to them. There's a very big difference, because, you know, somebody can fit in, and then, but when it comes to being kind to them, when they are, you know, in need of your help, and they want to come home and have, you know, a little get together or whatever, you know, then definitely you can find that the quills do poke sharply. So, you know, your wife is going to be at your side, hopefully, all the time until death do you part, and not all second and all minute. We don't mean that, but a woman who's a good wifey material, you know, should like your friends at least, and not let you ditch them, and not just tolerate them, but like them, yes. And, you know, she should be tolerant of all types of friends and kind to them as well. And your friends know you best. So, you know, they spend the most time with you. They share all your secrets and dark secrets, may it be, and confidence. And, you know, if they don't like your wife, they're not going to like you. Then you are going to be miserable, because your friends make you up, don't they? And, you know, you're going to have a very long, lonely life. Yes. So make sure that you definitely get a wife that is going to tolerate all this. And, you know, and number 10 on the list, she pushes you. She pushes you to become better and step outside your comfort zone, and not to take big risks. But having a lifelong partner means that you definitely always have her support, but definitely giving you good sense as well, and motivating you in your career and in doing whatever you want to do. But of course, being the good voice of reason. You do want somebody that's going to be the voice of reason, and sometimes you have to listen to them. Okay, there you go. And George Benson coming up, and it's Lady.
He was a friend of mine, and he could sing a song. His heart in every line. Marvin sang of the joy and pain. He opened up our minds, and I still can hear him say, oh, talk to me, so you can see what's going on.
Olivia Newton-John and Hopelessly Devoted to You. And the song, as you know, was the Grease favorite.
To know there's just no getting over you. You know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But baby, can't you see? There's nothing else for me to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head is saying, fool, forget him. My heart is saying, don't let go. Hold on to the end. That's what I intend to do. Hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted hopelessly
And I hope that you're enjoying all the cool tunes with me this morning. It's all the tunes from retro and the past and the days, the good old days that have gone by. And right now, it is Endless Love, Mariah Carey with Luther Vandross.
My first love,
Yeah.
your every breath that I take, your every step I make. I want to share all my love with you.
No one else will do. love I have inside, and I'll give it all to you. Endless
And that was Endless Love. Wasn't that just absolutely divine? I just hope that you are enjoying your Tuesday with me. And doesn't it feel like Monday today? Somehow everything feels like Monday, and I keep thinking all the Monday thoughts instead of the Tuesday thoughts. But I hope that you are in the correct frame of mind and that you didn't have, too much of confusion this morning. But yes, we're talking wifey material. And number 11 on the list is no matter what you want to do, this woman supports you through it. And the same happens, to apply to men as well. Because obviously, you want your husband to support you through whatever you choose to do. But with the woman, she will give you the reins to do whatever you wish to do. And obviously with some constraint on budget, if budget was going to come into it. And obviously on time constraints, because you do need to spend time together as a family. But most certainly, she'll also be there to put her foot down if she's convinced that you're not moving in the right direction. And you do want that voice of reason, that somebody, who has a logical take on everything. And that's what the experts say. You need to look for you. And also, you want a woman that you can cry in front of. You don't want somebody that's a plastic doll. That's somebody, that always looks at you as a macho man and looks at you to be strong and build her character more than build yours. Because sometimes you are going to break down, and if you know that she's not going to think any less of you, that's excellent, because this is what the experts say. You can be you can show your weaknesses, and you can be your true self, and you don't have to run into the bathroom to cry every time you feel stupid or less important, or whatever that makes you feel like crying. But there are going to be times in your marriage as well where you are going to be definitely you're going to need to lean on someone, let's put it that way. And when you have to lean on her, make sure that she has a handkerchief ready, so that she expects you to be in touch with your emotional side as well. Because when somebody expects you to be brave all the time, and they don't expect you to they don't expect to take any weight off your shoulders, it can become quite a heavy burden for you to bear during the marriage. And obviously you are going to crack at some point, because it's all about the last straw on the camel's back, really. Number 13, can you show your vulnerable side to this woman? That's what you need to ask. You don't always have to be a big tough guy. That's the whole issue. Finding someone that's okay with nurturing you when you break down, that's the most important thing. And another thing is, if she isn't selfish, that's all the better why you should go with her. If she isn't selfish, a wife is someone who won't ever ask you to sacrifice yourself, and even if she wouldn't be willing to do the same for you. Okay, nobody should ask you to sacrifice yourself for them. But if you need to do that, and she wants not just the best for you and and the whole family, but she wants the best for you first and foremost. And I think that she wouldn't want to put you in the firing line like some women do, okay, and put you in front of the tennis ball so that you can take the squeak. If she's prepared to stand in front of you and take the bullet from everybody, look for a woman like that, because you are going to come into episodes where you're going to be needing that. There you go. And Billy Ocean coming up right now, and Suddenly. Another one of those tunes that are evergreen, that will never die in our hearts and our minds and our souls. Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes of Where We Belong.
Tomorrow brings in a world few hearts survive.
All I know is the way I feel when it's real. I keep it alive. The road is long. There are mountains in our way, but we climb a stair every day. The lift is up where we belong, where the eagles cry on the mountain high. The lift is up where we belong, up from the world below, up where the clear winds blow. Some hang on to used to be, live their lives looking behind.
All we have is here and now. All our lives are there to find.
The road is long. There are mountains in our way, but we climb a stair every day. Love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lift us up where we belong, far from the world we know, where the clear winds blow. Time goes by, no time to cry. Life's you and I alive. Day, love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lift us up where we belong, up from the world we know, where the clear winds blow. Love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high.
George Benson and Lady coming up, and enjoy this one. This is a cool song that everybody used to love in its time. There you go, something so lovable by George Benson. Wasn't that absolutely amazing? The man was unstoppable in his days. But we are doing wifey material, and number 14 on the list is she isn't a selfish person, and you know, a wife won't ever ask you to do something that you don't want to do, and for her reasons, and just about you know, make everything about herself. But number 15 is she's okay with a little adventure in you know in life, and you know, to go out and take some calculated risks, because you don't want to have a boring life, and you know, a boring life comes with a boring wife. So there you go. You definitely need to look that your wife is definitely into new things, trying new things. And if you don't want to actually do any new things, and you yourself aren't adventurous, then it's good, it's okay. As I said from the beginning, you know, it's a very, very difficult and a sensitive and a difficult topic to do, because wifey material is very personal, you know, because what is good to you might not be good to someone else. And you know, these things vary, because you might like a wife who doesn't want to cook, and doesn't have to, you know, doesn't necessarily have to make you a meal, and who is okay, and you might be okay with her watching the entire soccer game with you the whole weekend, and just buying takeout. But somebody else might not be. So that's the other thing. So you know, it's very, very different from person to person. So it's a highly you know, let's put it you know, a kind of topic that anything goes. But these are the general rules, and experts are going by what is traditionally wifey material. What you know, normally resonates with guys. So that's what we're looking at. And number 16, she gets along with your mom. That's the most important thing. You know, moms often complain about wives, and there's always this mother-in-law, daughter-in-law dyad. And you know, most definitely you don't want a wife that is not going to be agreeable to your family, to your sisters, to your brothers, but most importantly to your mom, never mind your dad, because you know, this is where all the issues come from, you know, all the gossip and the backbiting and the terrible fights. And you know, you just understand that it's not as easy as taking your little wife and running away just after you're married and building your little home and having your kids, because at some point in time it's going to come back and bite you in the karma category. You can't abandon your parents, not karmically. You have to be with your parents, you have to take care of them. And if you're going to be doing that, and you think that you can easily do this and you can run away, you know, and get away with your son and daughter responsibilities, think again, because, you know, that is traditionally the way it is, and karmically the way it is, that you need to connect with your family, need to connect with your mom, your dad, and everybody. And so hopefully, you know, she'll get along with, you know, your mom. And if she doesn't get along with your mom now, you should make every effort, if you really love this woman, to try and make amends between them, and hope that she's eventually going to try and get along with your mom, and try to find somebody who can get along not only with your mom, you know, the family in general as well. You know, my father used to often say, and I'm going to quote him here bravely, even though, you know, personal quotes are not allowed, but I'm going to say, or personal experiences, but I'm going to say it because it makes absolute total sense. He used to always say that you don't just marry you know, the person, especially in Indian tradition, you marry the whole family. That's, you know, that's what happens, because everybody, you've got to be with everybody. You know, you've got to tolerate everybody. You've got to, you know, make sure that you can entertain everybody, that you have enough energy to run around the kitchen, to, you know, to cook the meals, and to smile and be energetic all the time. So that's what, you know, Indian homes are. But traditionally, you know, you want to find somebody like her. Temptations and Lady Soul coming up. Oh, and I forgot to mention that it's going to be Knowing Me, Knowing You before that.
No more carefree laughter, silence ever after.
Walking through an empty house, tears in my eyes.
Yes. And this is the Temptations, Lady Soul.
My lady soul, lying here beside you, close as we can be. I know what this leads to. I know what you need. I'm ready to surrender my love. Lay it all in your hands. Give you my forever, everything I am. 'Cause you are my lady soul. You warm my heart when I go cold. Oh, you are my lady soul. You are my life. You make me whole. My lady soul. I feel it in your heartbeat. Hear it in your cries. This is where our hearts meet. I see it in your eyes. I've waited for this moment, my love. It's a dream come alive. Heaven must have sent me an angel of the night. 'Cause you are my lady soul. You warm my heart when I go cold. 'Cause you are you're my lady soul. You're my lady soul. You are my life. You make me whole. I always knew we'd end up together right from the very start. And I believe we'll make it forever. It's written right here in my heart. Oh yeah. You're my lady soul. You warm my heart when I go cold. Oh, you are my lady soul. You are my life. You make me whole. My lady soul.
You at Capital Radio, and My Lady Soul just played out on us here. And this is Annie. I am with you 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single weekday, Monday to Friday. And this, if you want to be part of the magic, you just have to join us. Anything else is a compromise, and we are the more music station right here. I hope that you've joined us for this morning and just after your Easter weekend, and you have been safe right through. We are doing a wonderful topic, and what is wifey material, and the same kind of applies to the guys as well. So take it with, yes, 2 spoons and not just one. But, number 17 on the list is your family has to like her, and I hope that your family likes her. But if your family isn't being, kind about the comments that, about you bringing this girl home, and that she doesn't like, she's not family material. And if your family is generally unhappy and is not on your side, the chances are that you're going to have a very lonesome marriage, and it is going to be dull and gloomy and gloom and doom. So rather just leave, it aside, and if you can walk away, because you are going to be seeking trouble in the near future. And karmically, it's not good to abandon your family just because of your wife, but definitely it will be an unhappy union. So let's leave it to that. Number 18, does she get along with the other girls in your life? Okay, so if you have daughters and you are marrying again and it's a second marriage, and the girls in your life, like your sister, if you can't get along with them, then it's a big sign that she might not be able to get along with anybody else, and she probably isn't wifey material. Does she understand that you need women friends as well? And as long as you're not transgressing the rules and you're not trying to have an affair with any of them, and you aren't going to be having an affair in the near future, and you are going to stay loyal and faithful, and that's what marriage is about, then definitely you'd want to be with somebody like that. But, and treat somebody with kindness and respect for allowing you to have those relationships with other women, and vice versa. If you're a girl, you can definitely have respect for a man that allows you that relationship. And does she believe that a home just isn't a structure, or let's say it just isn't a house, it's a home, okay, but a feeling, obviously, that it definitely is more than that. It's warmth. You have to create warmth and create love and create everything that is happy within the home. Does she understand that? Does she, definitely embrace that principle? Or, it just doesn't mean making a home beautiful, because, it's not about spending a whole lot of money on a home and making it, user-friendly and visitor-friendly. Visitor-friendly, but not user-friendly. Does she understand that, it's not just to be in the suburbs and show it off to your friend, but you can have a simple home in a very simple area, and or a house in a simple area, and you can have a small house, but you can still make it very, very warm and comfortable and loving and pleasurable for everybody to come. And that's one of the signs, of wifey material that I want to share with you, that if friends always want to call you up and say, hey, where are you, come along, bring your girlfriend along, or bring your partner along, and it'd be cool to have you guys, come on, join us, then it's a good sign. But if guys are not calling you, and you're not getting any calls, and you're not being invited to other people's brides and birthdays, or you're being invited and it's just because other people are invited, not a good sign, because you obviously have to know that it's not you, it's probably your partner. But it's something that you need to look at as well. And is she willing to compromise? Is she not wanting to have a way with everything? Is she prepared to give you some say in the decisions? And you don't have to sacrifice your own needs in doing that, because that's the ultimate. You shouldn't be sacrificing your own needs. So that's one of the ways to look at wifey material there. Baker Street coming up, and I haven't heard this song in about 10 years. So I'm really looking forward to Jerry Rafferty.
used to think that love was just a fairy tale. Until that first hello, until that first smile. But if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause this love is everlasting. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love. Ooh, yeah. Girl, you're everything a man could want and more. 1,000 words are not enough to say what I feel inside. Holding hands as we walk along the shore. Never felt like this before. Now you're all I'm living for. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love. Each day I pray this love affair would last forever. Ooh, suddenly life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up suddenly, you're in love. There's beauty up above, things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love.
Certainly there, Beverly Joel, and one of the classic and favorites of them times. We are going to be almost finishing off with wifey material. There's so much to talk about, and it's unreal the number of characteristics that one can look at when you're looking at who to accept and who to not accept as a wife, and what it takes to just get going with making that decision. So let's look a little bit more at it. The number 21, it says she cares about your dreams, and a wife wants the best for you, and she definitely wants you to live your dreams, and no matter what the cost is or no matter what the sacrifices are, if she's prepared to make some of those sacrifices, and that's good enough. So if you have a wife who can do that, and she cares about your dreams and she helps you realizes them, and even though it might be seemingly far-fetched, something like a Peter Pan idea in Never Never Land, and if she can she can say okay to that and encourage you with that, that is something that you do want. But of course, to bring in the voice of reason as well and to be logical about it, you do want somebody that gives you that reasoning and that extra bit of caring coming out. But number 22 on the list is you get a feeling around her that you won't ever have around somebody else. And even though you might have your ups and downs, but you always seem to find that, she puts you on a better footing and a good footing, and she tends to bring out the best in you. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Relationships, really, it's about getting someone to bring out the best in you. And if you can do that, if you can get someone that is always going to encourage you, and no matter how bad you feel, or no matter where you are in life, if you can get someone to get the better feelings out of you and make you feel special, that's a good thing as well. And a good measure, one of the things that definitely resonate with psychologists, they say that if you can't stand to see a woman cry, if you can't stand to see your girlfriend cry, that's a good sign that you are emotionally in tune with her, and that this is someone that you can possibly make your life partner. So there you go. There's some points coming out, and we've got 2 more to do, and we will definitely do that before Business News on the Go. So next coming up now is Save the Best for Last by Vanessa Williams.
Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon. I see the passion in your eyes.
And this is George Benson, Lost in Love. I hope you're enjoying the music this morning. We have some fantabulous tunes that you can listen to, even if you're at work or whether you're at home. I hope you kicked your shoes off and you're just enjoying the show with Ini. This is All Things Considered. And it's time for our business news right now. Government wants South Africa to move gas to beat load shedding, and that's right at the top of the list of business tech news. Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe has published a liquefied petroleum gas rollout strategy for public comment. And load shedding and Eskom troubles has led to this. So the new strategy comes after South Africa was hit by the worst year of load shedding on record in 2020. And data published by the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, in March shows that 2020 saw 859 hours of load shedding. The most intensive load shedding was seen before the COVID-19 lockdown, which accounted for 63% of all load shedding seen in 2020. And most of this was stage 2 load shedding, the research body said. On the 18th of March, Mantashe announced that the preferred bids for South Africa's risk mitigation independent power producer procurement program, which also aims to diversify the country's energy mix away from Eskom. However, issues at the embattled Eskom appeared to worsen last week after it emerged that software giant Oracle has threatened to pull its services from the power utility due to payment dispute. Oracle claims it has been underpaid by 7.3 billion rand, but later reduced the amount owed by Eskom to 400 million. Eskom, however, only offered to pay 166 million. Oracle provides a range of technical services to Eskom, which the power utility said is crucial to its operations. As part of its court application, Eskom said if Oracle withdrew its services, it would have catastrophic consequences on the company. However, in a press statement on Sunday, the 5th of April, Eskom said it has now put contingency measures in place to reduce its risk and reliance on Oracle. Eskom has assessed the risks in the event of Oracle withdrawing technical services support. Eskom has interim risk mitigating processes in place to reduce the risk of its operations being disrupted, it said. The company said it finds it regrettable the manner in which Oracle has handled the matter. Eskom added that it will pursue all legal avenues and will not be bullied into paying any monies outside of the legal processes. And that was one of the business highlights, news highlights that I thought that would be interesting for you to listen to. Coming up right now, it's The Temptations and Lady Soul.
My lady
Lady Soul there, and I'm sure you remember your good old times in this disco ages when Lady Soul used to play, and everybody used to be on the dance floor, and it still manages to get everybody on the dance floor even up to today. And I must say that it's an all-time classic. But I'm going to leave you with my thoughts for this today, and I do want to say I hope you have a wonderful afternoon further. It's time for me to love you and leave you. And yes, I'm going to be saying goodbye today. But I'm going to be back tomorrow morning. So don't forget that I definitely am going to be, with you between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. So do join me for some absolutely fabulous 70s and 80s music. And my thought that I'm going to leave you with for today is hate no one. No matter how much they've wronged you, live humbly no matter how wealthy you've become, and think positively no matter how hard life becomes and is. Give much even if you've been given a little. If you give all, because especially yourself, and never stop praying for the best of everyone. There you go. And I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Do keep well and keep safe. And from me, Ini, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow on All Things Considered on Capital Radio. And we are playing out with Tina Turner, Simply the Best.